Back at home,
Yeah.
what did you take away? I know you're still searching for that first win, but what did you
Crazy,
take
man.
away from going away on the road?
First, right up until they scored the first goal, thought we were decent, and then they scored the first goal, and we just let the game get out of control in terms of in terms of keeping possession. We looked at that piece, and that piece just wasn't good enough. And we've looked at it as a team, we know that we're trying to play forward too quickly, too soon. But even still, winning at half time and thought, coming out, we felt as though we can get the next goal. Then this game obviously 1-1, and the game's back on there. And then, yeah, I mean, we just we stepped out to get pressure on the ball right away, and they played right through us, and they were in our final third. We didn't get pressure to the ball, and 2-0 at that point in a Pac-12 game. Then you're struggling.
Yeah, with this young lineup, are you still kind of just looking at different combinations of who you can have in the 11?
Well, a little bit of it was health wise as well, in terms of making sure we took care of that piece. And we're getting there to a settled, I think 13 14 players that we're using the majority of the minutes, and there's a lot of youth in there still, but they're having really good moments. So yeah, happy with that piece.
And what a top 25 competitor comes this week?
Yep.
What challenges do Colorado and then Utah present?
So two completely different teams in terms of how they play. Colorado, big and direct in terms of how they play. They've always been that way. Set pieces, long throws. They'll get the ball into the final third quickly and then look to just, pepper your 18-yard box, basically. So we've got to be smart, obviously defend them higher up the field, not allow them to pump the ball into the 18-yard box. And then obviously when we clear the ball, making sure that we're getting out of our defending third, get possession higher up the field and start to get possession. I think Utah, complete opposite. They'll try and kill you with 1,000 passes and a lot of east to west passes and things like that to move you. So two different setups, but we have to be disciplined in two different ways in order to get the results we want.
So big and direct versus a team that passes a lot. At this point, which kind of style is your team better to suit up against?
It's a good question. I mean, I think we've done well against the soccer-based teams, and when our shape's been fairly tight and things like that. So, we've seen direct teams. Boise State were really direct. Arkansas are probably the best team in the country at being direct in terms of what they do. And, I thought outside of the first 15 minutes against Arkansas, we did okay. Boise State, we did okay. I'm fine playing either style. We just have to set up a little bit differently with regards to each style.
How's morale with the team? I'm sure no one likes, still waiting on that win.
Yeah. No, good. I mean, listen, energy's really good in practice. I mean, they're still getting after it and things at those pieces. And, we spoke to them, we said, listen, the talent is no doubt there, and is our youth maybe hurting us at times? Sure. That was the decision we made as a staff. I mean, we've gone back and looked at transfers that we thought about bringing in, and they're not having the impacts at the other schools that they went to, whether we took them or we got beat out by them and stuff. So we made the decision to go with the youth because we believed in the talent, and we still believe in the talent.
I'm actually interviewing Zoe in a couple of minutes. Yeah. She's been dominating in Denmark. I mean, for someone to go over there and kind of have an immediate impact. I know it's not the highest league, but what have you seen? I mean, you got to see her play,
Zoe was a kid that, I'm glad she's gotten the opportunity to there's a lot of players that have gone to Europe to then come back and do well, you know what I mean? I think Casey Kruger, that she goes by now, she went to Norway to go play in Norway initially and then came back over to the States and done well. You gotta think there's a kid that just got called up by England that came to the States, went back and then to Europe, and then has been called up to the England team. So there's plenty of them that continue to climb going to Europe, and so I'm glad Zoe's got that opportunity and gives a chance to get back fully fit. Because a fully fit Zoe is a very, very good player, and I think we saw that in the 21 season when she was firing on all the cylinders. Then she was able to be the very best of herself, and that's a heck of a player.